Hello and welcome to the JustPlayGames.uk YouTube channel. We're your hosts, I'm Ian.
And I'm Ritchie.
And we're joined today by Tom Duffy. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Sweet man, thanks. Good to see you.
So today we're going to be talking about the new Magic set, Ikoria. We don't normally record content to YouTube very often, but obviously, because of the current situation and so on, we haven't had much chance to talk about Magic, between ourselves or with our customers or all the people we normally talk about Magic with. So we thought we'd sit down, have a chat about the new set, get hype, because, even though me and Richie don't play so much Magic anymore, we both love it still, keep on top of it. That's why we've asked Duffy to come and help us, because he actually knows something about Magic, which is good.
Not much.
A little bit. Well, so
you know what's going on and what the current things are happening. Whereas we're obviously be a bit more speculative about what we see here and what it might be. So,
and we're old and we don't have time to play anymore. So
it's too
I'm
dangerous.
not that much younger than you.
To play.
No problem. But you went to the Mythic Championship last year, right?
Yeah, Mythic Championship Richmond, also known as OCO Mythic Championship.
Championship OCO, yeah.
And also the most recent one was the Players Tour of Brussels.
Okay, awesome. So you do know what you're doing. You're just bad at limited, so you can't.
Extremely bad at limited.
Yeah. Okay, so no, we won't talk about limited today. So today we're going to be talking about Ikoria. We're going to be taking a look at the set. We're going to be opening some stuff. Me and Richie have both got some piles of boosters and things.
Sorry, we couldn't send you any, Duffy. We asked. They said no.
Yeah, we can't give them to players yet or customers.
But please,
please,
sir.
Yeah. So that'd be nice if Wizards want to let us give them to guests next time. That'd be sweet. So we're gonna have a chat about it. We're gonna have a chat about the set, the fun side of it, the competitive side of it. We're gonna do another video tomorrow about Commander separately. So we're gonna keep Commander out of today, sort of on purpose. So if you're wondering why we don't talk about Commander much, although we probably will anyway, that's why, because we're going to talk about Commander separately. So Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. It really messes with me that there isn't a "the" in that. It always feels like it should be Lair of the Behemoths, or the Lair of Behemoths, not just Lair of Behemoths.
I always search War of the Spark or wrong, either adding something or taking it away. I'm like, why can't I find anything in my web store? I've got loads. And it's like, I've not put whatever in.
Whatever the Sparks or something like that.
What are the Sparks?
Spark Wars. I don't know what I'm typing.
All right. So the theme of Ikoria is monsters, but more technically, it's build your own monster, which is really cool. And the sort of headline new mechanic that we've got in Ikoria is mutate. So Duffy, tell us what mutate does.
So mutate is a separate cost than your normal mana cost. So whenever you pay that cost, you get to do a certain action. And you can basically put this on top or below the actual other creature card.
So a non-human card.
Specifically non-human.
Yeah.
So like, for example, if the one that you're mutating has better stats, like a 5/5 instead of being a 2/2, the one that you're putting on top, you put that on top because then it becomes a 5/5. But it also has all the abilities from both cards, no matter what.
Yeah. So you get to, and you can stack multiple on top of each other as well, can't you? So
you can have as many.
Yeah, so you can put it on top or underneath, and it keeps all the stats and abilities of the top one, but also has the abilities of ones underneath as well. So it's this build your own monster. You're mutating all these things together.
That's cool.
Which is really good. So that's really fun. What I like about that mechanic, and we'll talk a bit more about it in a minute, but if you think of all the silly amount of combinations you'll be able to do just with this one set of that, that's a real interesting challenge for deck building competitively. But also, it's a really fun mechanic just for having fun.
Yeah.
Yourself, your shark cat, or your whatever. Thing.
I've seen six creature types from mutating. Like, it's just stupid. It's funny. It's absolutely funny. But
just great little stories to tell, won't it? When, particularly if you're playing like sort of like you say, casual, a bit more chill, and maybe you've like stole someone else's creature, or you've ended up with someone else's creature somehow, and you know it was something you never expected to do. Be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really awesome. I like not just this set, but the other recent sets as well. I think they've got a good balance of like mechanics that are good for fun and also competitive as well. Like at the same time, and I think like although even when you play a game like completely competitively, like we all have done or still do sometimes, we still play games like Magic and Games Workshop games and all these other games because they're fun as well. They're not chess. Otherwise, we'd just play chess. They've all got the fantasy elements and stuff, and it's great to be able to enjoy your game, but also do it with stuff that's cool while you're doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I think they've nailed that really well. So that's a good mechanic. And then the other mechanic they've got is Companion, which is I think already made a splash in competitive Magic, which we'll come to Tom some comments on in a sec. So Companion gives you some deck building restrictions, but then lets you play the card from your sideboard as long as you've met the deck building restrictions, which is quite powerful because it's like an extra card in your hand to start with. But the restrictions are interesting. So what companions? I know some of these are being played in like competitive standard already. What are we seeing there, Tom?
3 main ones basically. So I'll go with the first that we don't see maybe as much. Obish, which is basically a red-black hybrid card, and if a red or black creature deals damage, it deals double that amount if you play this card.
Okay.
The downside to it is you can only play odd mana creatures. Odd mana spells.
Right. Okay.
So 1, 3, 5, and so on. But with your mono red deck, which is what it's playing through, that's not really majorly problem because most of the time you want to play loads of 1-drops anyway.
Yeah, which is handily an odd number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other two, Lotus is seeing a better play in standard as well as modern, legacy. Actually, it's going even all the way back to vintage, because this card is able to, if your non-land permanents are 2 or less, you can play as a companion. So you can still have big spells. You can still cast loads of big spells if you wish to.
Just not permanents.
Just not permanents.
Yeah.
So like that's why Legacy, for example, likes it because you can still force of will.
Yeah.
But this is also seeing it in all of these other formats.
And what does he do? What's his ability?
The ability is even more crazy as well. So when it comes into play, you can play a non-land permanent as well from your graveyard with converted mana cost 2 or less. So it's 2 for 1 as well.
What's he do? Is he like a 2/2 or something like that? What's he?
He's a 3/2 with lifelink and black-white hybrid. 2 black-white hybrids and 1 colorless.
So you're basically getting a card for free in your starting hand, like a guaranteed, creature, and another card as well when you're playing. So it's like having a 9-card starting hand.
Yeah. You wait till like turn 5. You can play this and then play one of your 2-drops.
Yeah,
as well.
Pretty good. And not particularly a really bad deck building restriction, really, for the way a lot of decks would play,
No, it hasn't really, especially in the later formats, that's not really too much of a concern. But like even in standard, it's still getting used in standard right now. It hasn't really affected standard as much as, for example, the other formats, but it's still really powerful even in standard though.
Yeah, awesome. So that's a really cool mechanic. I really like that. It's obviously really powerful. And again, you can build these companions, but you can pick these based on what's going to be powerful or what's going to be good for your deck. But obviously, a lot of people can also pick these based on what they like, or like a tribal deck if you're playing, whether you are playing Commander or Casual Magic or whatever. And again, a good mechanic for competitive and casual.
Yeah, I've opened one here. Kahiri the Orphan Guard, which is, like you said, like a bit of a tribal thing.
Yeah.
So each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. And then this guy is like a lord for it. So it gives them vigilance and +1/+1.
It's pretty sweet.
The card's getting used in standard. for a couple of decks, mainly Gruel Fires, as it's known as, which is basically, it uses good cards like Questing Beast, for example, which is already a beast, so this is a 4/4 that does a lot of things anyway. Read the text. Just do yourself a favor, read it, because it has a lot of text. But read the text on Questing Beast, you'll understand. But things like that, and it also gives it, makes it a 5/5 instead, so which is even better for it.
Yeah.
The other companion, though, I just wanted to speak is Yorin.
The third one, yeah.
Was basically Yorin. This is blue-white hybrid, so it's 5 mana. So for blue-white hybrid, and then 3 colors. This restriction is 80 cards in your deck.
Wow.
For a 4/5 flyer. This is probably one of the most ones used in standard right now. Having 80 cards in your standard deck. We've never heard of this.
No, man. How much land do you play?
80 cards in
you're playing about 37 to 40 lands, depending on what you do. And you know what? It's incredibly consistent, considering.
Better is when half your deck's land.
Yeah. But even still, you can still flood, but it's very unlikely to as well. You can do like any game of Magic, but considering, considering what we've been doing, it's been really consistent.
That's really awesome. That's a good mechanic, and that's a real. That's more of a game changer than Mutate. I think, giving everyone a potential card they can start with in their hand, and probably makes for good fun games of Magic as well, because you've always got something you can cast. There's also you always got something you can build around and plan around, knowing you're going to have that card, and that's awesome.
There's another one here that's a dinosaur hippo.
Oh my, that's amazing. These are so good.
Your starting deck contains only cards with converted mana cost 3 or greater, and land cards.
Oh, I know which one you're about. Yeah.
When Karagu the Macro Sage enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other permanent you control with converted mana cost 3 or greater.
Wow, that's some card advantage from the sideboard as well, isn't it? Well,
yeah.
It's not even from the sideboard. It's like, oh, I'm on 1 card left. I'll cast this now.
Yeah.
I'll draw 4.
It's amazing.
5 mana for a 5/4 draw, and however many.
These are great. I saw a lot of these in the spoiler season, but seeing them back again, and he's sort of going over them all is brilliant. So other things that are back in this set: hybrid mana, obviously, as we've talked about already. Human tribal is back. I'm not quite sure human tribal is ever not back. I think human tribal seems to just be.
There's a human always in a set. Let's just leave it.
And there's always someone playing them all really fast. And then cycling as well, which is a great mechanic. Makes for good games of Magic.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? So
access to more cards is always nice, isn't it? And we've got the first ever otter, I believe. We've also got sharks, which everyone loves a shark.
Oh, baby.
And the first squirrel since Odyssey, according to the wiki.
I don't think so. Wasn't there a squirrel in Modern Horizons?
Maybe, but would that count because it's a reprint?
No. Modern Horizons was its own thing, wasn't it?
Oh, in Modern Horizons, sorry, yeah. Maybe. Well, the wiki was wrong, not me, because I totally didn't.
I'm pretty sure there was a squirrel deck. Card.
All right, so let's talk about what there is available then, and we're going to open some cards while we're talking these. So, talking about these booster boxes, every booster box comes with a buyer box promo, and these buyer box promos, I've already opened this just to make sure I didn't damage the card on it. These Ikoria box topper promos that come. There's a bunch of different Godzilla cards in these. So I don't know if you've seen the Godzilla cards, but I'm really excited to talk about them. So the promo thing for this set is there's a bunch of cards that are cards from the set, but renamed as Godzilla cards and with Godzilla art. Don't get much more monster than Godzilla, do you, really? It's like
the king of monsters, baby.
Pretty much the thing. Yeah, he is. He's the king. I watched the latest Godzilla movie recently, actually. The one that was a year old. It was really good.
Power plant thing.
No, that one's like 5 years old. I went and watched all three of them. There's three of them now.
I was gonna say they've remade it a lot of times.
Yeah, they did this series, didn't they? Like the Monsters universe or something, where they've done a bunch of the, like King Kong and all that are all part of the same
Yeah.
thing. And the most recent one was really good, like really good.
Might give it a go. I've never really been a fan of them, like so.
I would, if you're watching this and you haven't seen it, I'd watch it. It was really good. So yeah, there's 15 Godzilla promos in these box toppers. They're all shiny. They've all got extended art, and this is really good. But there's 19 Godzilla promos in total, right?
Yeah. So
how do you collect all those?
So you've got the 15 that you've got available right there, the ones they call the core ones.
In the box toppers.
And then as a WPN store exclusive, there is also a buy a box promo. You will have all heard of that. They've been around forever, and that is Godzilla himself. So you only get that one from buying your box from, a WPN store like ourselves.
Yeah.
Or any of your, wherever your local store is, you can buy them there. So you've got also 3 Japanese ones.
Yeah.
Which are only available in Japanese language. Godzilla being from Japan, right? So, quite fitting. So those 3 you can get in Japanese box toppers. So the little pack that Ian just showed you then, all the Japanese draft booster boxes, you can get one in there. You can also get them all in the Japanese language draft boosters and collected boosters as well. Yeah. So I think it's like 1 in 30 a non-foil and 1 in 60 are a foil one. So if you want to collect all 19 of them, you've got a few little hoops to jump through there.
But some boxes to buy in both English and Japanese.
Exactly, yeah. And luckily enough, you can get the Japanese ones here. We've got them available for the launch on Friday as well. So you pick up Japanese boxes and have a chance of getting them. And just plus you get all the cards in Japanese, which has always been popular, hasn't it?
Yeah. So all these are available on. We should have mentioned this earlier. Get to it now. The 15th of May. Is that right? Yeah, 15th of May.
Right.
Is pre-release weekend in the UK. So Friday the 15th. You can get all of this stuff. If you want to get it from us, from justplaygames.uk/Ikoria, we'll take you to everything you can pre-order. If you're local to us, we'll drop it off at your door on the day. If you're not local to us, you can order from us. We'll ship it to hopefully get there on the Friday for you as well. Because this is special situation circumstances with COVID-19, the box toppers that we just talked about, the WPN promo, I should say, which is Godzilla. If you order online from us, we can send them out to you this time as well. So you buy a box, you get the box topper, one of 15 Godzillas, and you also get the WPN promo as well. So some good value from the box. Now I'm going to show you my Ikoria box topper that I opened. I was sort of hoping for a Godzilla or something, and I've actually got like a tiny little dragon. He's called,
no idea who he is.
He's called Dorat the Perfect Pet.
You know who he is, though. You just watched all these movies, right?
Yeah, he wasn't in them.
No.
Are you sure he wasn't?
It was only the really big Godzilla characters who everyone's heard of that were in them. So no, I don't know who this guy is, but the card's really good. It's Sprite Dragon from the set. It's a red and a blue. 1/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets a +1 counter, +1/+1 counter, and it's got flying and haste.
Nice.
That seems pretty good, right?
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. There is
Classic
a blue-red deck there. With blue-red spells deck, we're using that actually.
Good. There's quite a few of these creatures being around. These sort of drop them early and keep them alive. Red-blue creatures, particularly, for quite a while now, hasn't there?
Yeah,
and doing things like this, but this seems like a pretty good one. So that's cool. Also, as well, as in terms of other stuff that's in the set for the collectors or people who like different art, there's a couple of different things. So the showcase cards. Now these are 35 mutate cards that have got alternate art, full art, and they're like in the comic book style. Because it's monsters. Now I've opened one of these, which looks, I've not seen this one before. Looks amazing.
That's cool.
Even
I've got a couple as well. I've pulled.
I'm like, your dinosaur one looks boss.
Yeah, it's called Cloud Piss.
Just the way it almost looks like cell shaded art. You see the way it sort of like pops off the off.
Yeah.
Look, it's hard to it's hard to show you on the camera because it won't focus properly, but they look really nice, and they're just this is just an uncommon, but these are just mutate cards with that new art, which is cool. There's also 50 different extended art cards in the set as well, which are just full art versions of cards that are already in the set as well, which is pretty sweet. So we're going to keep opening some of these. We didn't really want to just do an unboxing, because unboxing's like not really our thing. I watch enough videos of people opening Kinder eggs.
It's gone quite well for me though already. I've got 2 mythics, so I've got Brokos Apex of Forever, which is a legendary mutate beast. So it looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're on about. Is it a 6/6? Is it? Am I right in saying
6/6, mate? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a mutate deck that's relying on that because it does all sorts. Basically, they mutate on one creature only by using other mutates and all that to lower the cost.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's you mutate and just do so many different abilities. When this mutates, do this. When it does this, do this. You're drawing so many cards, killing everything. It was kind of funny to see it. I believe Manguchi was the one who made it, Simic, but it splashes red for specifically that card.
For that card, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it recurs as well. I mean, that's sweet. And again, it's good to see their mechanics that are really fun because they're doing something that's like thematically good, but are also like powerful.
Yeah.
To play with as well, which is really sweet. I've opened
whatever you've opened, I'm gonna beat it. So you best show me now.
So the colors in this set are enemy colors basically. Mostly, they're red, white, blue. This is all blue, green.
Enemy
blue,
colors.
green. Simic just popped into my head, and then I lost the ability to say the
What's
set.
the colours?
Like, I just wanted to say blue, green.
It all comes from the back of the wheel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You say friendly when they're next to each other, and an enemy when they're like opposites or whatever.
It doesn't help when your brain shuts down when you're trying to say words.
No, I'm just for anybody who doesn't know the lingo you're using there,
Yeah. So it's all enemy colours, so not friendly colours that are next to each other on the wheel. And also some of the big cards, like the big mutate beasts and things, are like 3 colours as well. And that's what the lands are. And the reason I'm talking about that is because I've opened one of the lands. Now, the rare lands in this set are, this one's red, white, and black, enters the battlefield tap, but it's got cycling 3, which is quite good. But the cool thing about it is it's actually a mountain plain swamp, which means you can find it with things that go and find your lands, of which there are lots in Modern Commander, lots of different formats, fetch lands, obviously.
Fetch lands.
That really like things like this. But most importantly, and this is why my card's going to win, I've opened one that's got the comic book art as well.
It's gorgeous.
Look how
I love that.
Look how hot.
So is that? So that one's. Is that comic book or is that?
I think
it's the altered art.
Altered art, yeah.
I think this is a comic book art one. Yeah, it might be hard to see on the camera, but see the gems are very like comic book style.
Oh yeah, you can see it now.
This is
because you can get like the extended art that you talked about as well, which is like original art, but obviously borderless. So.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, this is definitely comic. I'm just going to keep this. I don't think this is going back into the.
Okay, that was a bit of a lame effort. When I'm going to follow with something called Shark Typhoon.
Yeah, okay, I can see you
pushing that pop culture reference a little bit more. So it's all right. Let's have a look. It's a 6-mana enchantment. That's not usually a good start. When you cast a non-creature spell, it creates an XX blue shark creature token. With flying. Okay, so that's not bad. You get out for 6, and then whatever you cast makes loads of sharks.
Sounds good and limited.
Yeah. Okay. It's got Cycling X. All right. So it's a blue, a colourless, an X. That's the first time I've ever seen Cycling X. And then when you cycle Shark Typhoon, create a XX blue shark creature token with flying. All right. Oh. That's good then.
That's a good card.
That's the in-play stuff.
A lot of play.
Yeah.
The Yoran decks are all playing them. You play a 4-off. Card's really good because even in the late game, and there's quite like right now standard is quite mid-range like and long game. Being able just to cast that, even the enchantment part is actually really powerful right now.
Yeah.
And why do the sharks fly? I'm gonna say it every time. I get the
Don't fly.
reference.
They just swim through the air, carried aloft by a tornado or whirlwind.
Stop flying!
Yes.
It does my head in. It's standard. It does my head in though.
It's a
All
big blue flyer, which is the traditional control deck finisher. That's also a cantrip. And if you want it to be, you can, when you've got board control, you just slam it down and then just sit there and wait for people to cast things for you to counter, to try to take the game back, and then you get sharks for free while you do it. Thematic and powerful. That's what we're going for here.
All right. Well, try and explain this one then to me.
Go on.
This card. This is called an almighty brushwag, right? So if you don't know what a brushwag is, it's this fella. So it's
it looks like a cross between a goblin and a hedgehog.
Yeah, I think it is. That looks good to me, and maybe a little bit of a cat. Laugh at the brushwag hunter's expression means died unexpectedly. What is a brushwag, wanted to know?
I don't know, but I vaguely recall reading on the wiki before we did this video that this was the first time a brushwag's appeared in a set since some time ago. So maybe that's significant.
Every creature this brushwag's got loads of creatures surrounded, and they're all got a shot like, oh my gosh, it's a brushwag face on them.
Awesome. Maybe that's what it's there for. So I've just pulled something else cool, and I like when they do useful things in sets now as well. This is just like a companion reminder. So
all right, yeah, nice.
Backwards, it says companion, and you just put your companion on top of this if your starting deck meets its condition. So it's just it's a game zone almost, not in rules terms, but it's just a card to put down to put your companion on top of. So you and your opponent know
just don't know what's what, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, it's quite cool. Good. There's lots of interesting things in the set there, obviously different art types and all that as well. There's also theme boosters that are available.
Yeah, look, I've got a whole thing.
You brought some? Yeah, that's how we do product placement. Yeah. These are always mega popular theme boosters. I think these are, in terms of new products they've come out with for Magic in the last few years, I think this is one of the better ones.
Yeah,
There's 6 of them. There's one for each colour. So each of these is just a box of Magic cards of one colour. That if you just want to get some staples, you can buy them. If you play casually and just want some cards and you've got a preferred colour, you pick one of these up. And then there's also one of the boxes is just a box of monsters. Is that
5 colours?
That
5 colour monster theme booster.
That's brilliant. And
they're off because, sorry, I cut you off, but they're a bit more than a booster, but you get 35 cards in them of a colour, right? And look, like, we've talked a lot about how these cards are good in standard and what have you, but the most popular way people play this game is, cards I own on their kitchen table, like I'm on. And people will just play blue, right? Like, I've got a blue deck.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't want to buy a booster and get all these cards I'm never going to use. I just get loads of cards from Ikoria that are all blue and are exactly what I want to get my hands on. And there's 35 cards in here. So I think these are all around the £6 mark, and you get 35 cards in it. Put 25 land in, and you've got a deck and you're playing.
I think what's good about these right now for me is, particularly given that we're all locked down, and one of the funny things about the lockdown is a lot of people who game, whether it's Magic or otherwise, have started getting their family members to play games with them for something to do. And these are perfect. If you're playing a bit of Magic with your mum or your sister or your brother or your smaller children or whatever, these are, and you might be picking up a box for yourself or whatever. But if you want to give someone something to play, one or a couple of these for something to do is actually a great little thing to do, just to play some Magic for fun.
Boss gift.
Or as a gift, yeah. And my
partner plays Magic, and they you buy Joe white ones to go with
Elish Nunn.
There you go.
Yeah. My missus plays Magic. She's got one deck. It's Elish Nunn. It's all white cards. She's had it for 15 years, and she'd love to stick some monsters in that deck. So it sounds that they're good. Yeah, good little product. That's not just me trying to sell it. I actually think they're genuinely good. Well,
I think it was surprising when it come out. It was a bit of a weird one. I know, people more like the likes of Duffy or what he's into the game. They will look at that as a bit of a strange product, but it's so popular. They really do sell well.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes some sense. I mean, like, yes, I am a competitive player, obviously, but I also understand why they do it, because most of the time, like you said, majority of people, when we're the minority, the competitive players like myself, we are the minority, and like I have to admit, a lot of people don't realize that, and it is the kitchen table where they get it. Most of their people to play, it's not in the especially right now as well.
And if even if you're competitive, you still play casual as well for fun. There's plenty of people who do both, so they go for that.
I still play Commander and all that, and I like, I still love it. I don't play it competitively, but
another cool thing I've just pulled out. I didn't know these were in the set. So this was in the token slot in my booster. In this set, you give there's lots of ways to give things like trample or flying or +1/+1, but as counters, specifically on cards. So this is just a little pop-out counter sheet for trample, flying, death touch, lifelink. Because I think the idea behind these is, creatures are gaining so many abilities in this set permanently that it's a good idea to be able to mark them. So that's in a booster. I thought that was interesting.
I guess they're thin enough to go into a sleeve as well. You wanted.
Yeah,
you can slide in the top of your card sleeve or something. Yeah,
you wanted to pop them in.
I just got one.
Hey, counters. So there's also as usual, there's also bundles. Now we normally talk about bundles as being really good gifts, but a lot of people just buy them just to get a bunch of boosters as well.
Yeah.
So we got lots of bundles. This time it's coming with 20 foil lands and an Altar promo, although I haven't done my homework enough. I actually don't know what the Altar promo is. But
it is. I was gonna say it's based off Godzilla, but that's not. That's the Secret Lair stuff, isn't it?
No, I think it's it's a set card Altar. But anyway, bundles are also cool. So if you're interested in this stuff, obviously justplaygames.uk/Ikoria. You can order it all from us now. And for delivery on Friday if you're local, or we can ship it to you if you're not local as well, with all the promos, any of these products, and they genuinely are good lockdown hobby things. Whatever kind of Magic you do play, or maybe even if you don't play Magic yet, these are great things to just pick up and play, almost like a board game as well. It's really really good stuff. I've opened another booster while we were talking there, and I've got one of the ultimatums.
Oh, Genesis Ultimatum.
So anyone who's been playing Magic for a while will remember that there was these. I can't remember how long ago the original ultimatums were, but they're very big cards, and the general idea of them is they cost a lot of very specific coloured mana, 7. And the idea is when you play them, you should probably win the game after you've done that. Generally, you don't always. Not all of them are that good. Is this one of the good ones?
Yes.
Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest into your hand. So I guess in a set that is full of giant creatures, that is probably pretty decent.
Yep, getting played in Standard. There is a team like Elements deck. So the theme of elements, elemental creatures, and quite literally this with Risen Reef, Cavalier of Thorns, and a few other cards are able just to play big guys and take control of even your opponent's stuff. Yeah. And they are using Yorin as well, because Yorin can flicker them creatures, which they can just repeat what they do when they enter the battlefield effects. Yeah. So it does a lot.
So lots of mid-range efficient creatures.
Oh yeah.
This is
best type of deck.
So I love all these packs, and like we haven't even talked. We've got to talk about collectors boosters yet, right? Like,
but about them. Yeah.
This pack, there's so much going on in everyone. This is a normal draft pack. I've got like 2 of the comic book ones. I've got me rare. I've got me foil rare. You can just get like loads in them.
That's about to say. That's a powerful pack there as well. I've just seen what you rare and the
so like that
other one as well.
Extinction event.
Yeah, they're both good. They're both good cards as well. Like, they're getting both used. They're really good.
Destroy target non-land permanents if it's a creature, or if it was all right. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
What does it do? Give us the full card.
So this is first one is Mythos of Netheroi. Destroy. It's a 2 colours and a black. Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. Sorry, destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature, or if green and white was spent to cast this spell.
Oh yeah, the mythoses are all one color, but if you spend certain colors,
It does extra.
colorless, it's better at what it does. Yeah, they're cool.
Mhm.
I've opened another ultimatum in my next pack. This is a pretty straightforward one. This is my favorite 3-color combination as well. This is destroy all non-land permanents that your opponents control. Can't wait to cast that in Commander. How to
I've
make
seen it
friends
against
and
standard.
influence people.
This is a 4-mana wipe. This one, choose odd or even. Exile each creature with converted mana cost of the chosen value.
Yep.
Interesting.
Both of them
0
cards.
is even.
Yep.
Is that
both really good.
being played? That one?
So the one that you pulled in, I literally got beat by that a couple of weeks back. I was playing this ramp deck. I had the whole board. I felt confident. Next thing you know, he ball wipes me and kills me on the swing. I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
And the other ball wipe as well is also getting used as well because it's a good black ball wipe. You're able to play around with it. The odd and even can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but it is still getting used.
Well, we've mentioned Luris a few times, so I've just opened one of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's the companion that Duffy's
This
been
mythic
talking about.
I've just opened looks like it might be good. So this is rarely otherwise. It's a 1 colorless blue-red, so 3 mana, legendary creature, human wizard. It gets +1, +0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. It starts off as a 0/3, and whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards.
So whenever you cycle in this set, the
Or
first time you cycle each turn, draw 2.
Tormenting Voice. I
Oh,
will
yeah,
discard
that's
2
not
cards. Oh, I'll draw 4.
Yeah, that's and he's in
Blue-red
red as
spells.
well. And he's in red.
Yeah, interesting.
But I don't like blue-red as like one of the reasons I never did well at Magic was because I'm just so stuck to theme, like badly in competitive games. Even I'm so stuck to theme, and I hate blue-red conceptually. I don't know
I'm
why.
not a fan.
The colors just put me off. It's like not my thing. But there's been a lot of blue-red, hasn't there? You know, the last every time I look at with standard or modern, there's always some sort of blue-red like aggro control tempo thing.
There's a few decks now in blue-red already. I mean, there's Splash and a Fair Color as well at the same time sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can I open
triple
my
lands? Are the triple lands getting played?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why Yoran is getting played, but to be honest, Yoran is getting played, and I've seen 5-color decks now because the tricolor, you have your temples, you have Scryland. Sorry, you have your Scrylands, which is your temples.
Yeah.
You have your Shocklands as well. You can make a quite consistent mana base right now.
For 3 colors.
For 5 colors. I'm literally seeing 5-color decks.
Yeah. It's really good that well, I suppose companions help as well because you can keep mana heavier hands because you've got one more actual
extra card
to play as well. Yeah, it's really good that the companions and the mutate stuff and all that is like actually making a splash.
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting used, including cycling. Actually, the cycling.
Sometimes in the past, these mechanics have come out and then everyone's just ignored them and just played with other cards.
Yeah.
Instead, it's cool that they're on it. I haven't showed them. I've opened a few more sharks.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if this is good enough, but I certainly like these type of cards have always been good before. This one might be a bit much. 5 mana, Voracious Great Shark. 2 blue and 3 colorless, 5/4 flash. Oh no, I misread it. I thought it said counter target spell. When it enters the battlefield, counter target artifact or creature spell. It's also good.
Yeah.
It's good and limited. It's actually very good and limited to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not great at limited, but it's still good.
Yeah, big advantage that, isn't it, from flash?
Yeah, well, especially when you're going to counter someone's bomb whilst putting down a 5/4. This doesn't fly though, Duffy.
I mean, see, that's what it should be like.
It's like a
Okay,
real shark.
that's what they should be like.
Has it got Island Walk?
No.
Shocking.
There's a bunch of people watching this video now going, "What's Island Walk?"
Yeah. So Island Walk, for people who don't know, is any. So there was all different types, but Island Walk specifically is if your opponent controls an island land, basically it's unblockable, that creature.
I think basically at one point, if you were a sea creature, you had Island Walk.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
that was a kraken, shark, or octopus. Okay, so
Collector's Booster.
we mentioned collector's boosters. I've just opened mine. I haven't really looked at it properly yet, though.
All right, okay. Let me talk at what's in it then, and you
Go
can
on
show
then.
me what you've got.
Collector's
So-
boosters have got very specific stuff in them, like, and they're not everyone's cup of tea. Some people don't like them, but if you're into just buying a booster that's more expensive and has more cool stuff in it, they're awesome.
And they've been this the third time they've done them now, and they've just been adding to them every single time. You ever bought a collector's booster, Duffy?
Quite a few.
Yeah, nice.
Duffy loves the spoils.
I was about to say, do you not know my Tron deck?
Oh my! Oh, I've got the best card.
Okay,
Go on,
so
go on.
you get 4 foil commons or common dual lands. So
Yeah,
you got some of them, yeah?
I have got 4
Show
foil
us.
commons, yeah. None of them. No, they look cool. The one I like the most is this feather. So
That's
the phoenixes
gorgeous.
have one of the phoenixes in the set's got an ability where when it dies, you put a feather artifact into play, and you can tap it to bring the phoenix back. So the new
Cool.
version of phoenixes, and it looks good. Yeah.
Then you get 2 foil uncommons and 1 foil basic land. So that's like 7 foils already.
Sorry, that was in a token slot. There's a foil token so there's 16 cards altogether. One's a foil token.
Sure, you get a foil token as well, so that's 8 foils.
So
And then you get a command. You get a commander card of any rarity.
A commander card of any rarity. I have in fact got a commander card. I've opened one of the commanders I want to play in this set.
Nice. Okay.
Very good. So
Let's keep an eye on it.
it's a non-foil, but it's a commander card. So it's Zaxara the Exemplary. She's black, green, blue, and 1 Death Touch 2/3, and she taps for 2 mana of any color, any one color. Whenever you cast she's a legendary Nightmare Hydra. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, so a Hydra in Commander, create a 0/0 green Hydra token, then put X +1/+1 counters on it. So she makes 2 mana. She's a 2/3 Death Toucher, and whenever you cast an X spell, which is normally a Hydra anyway, you get another one.
Sound.
I'm into that. Yeah.
That's good because basically the commanders they've chose to put in the challenge in the collector's boosters as well. It's just another way to get them. Obviously, they're not standard legal, and you can get them in the commander decks. But
Yeah.
it's all about being bought out tomorrow.
Oh, this
You get
booster
1
is amazing.
extended art rare or mythic rare.
Shark Typhoon, baby.
Oh,
Extended Art Shark Typhoon.
nice. Shouldn't fly, but nice.
I've just opened the best pack in our
All these packs are good. Okay, they're 1 foil rare or mythic rare, or foil extended art rare or mythic rare.
Oh,
Genesis Ultimatum.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
Foil Genesis
very
Ultimatum.
good.
And then you've got
It's out already.
these are the comic book ones now. So 2 showcase mutate commons or uncommons.
Yeah, I think this is one of the ones you have. One of the ones you have before.
The packs are just stacked.
It is cool.
And then you get another one of the showcase, again, the comic book ones. You get a rare or a mythic rare, one of them.
Another comic book Triland I've opened.
Nice, okay.
Nice.
Also with
Jet Sky 1.
Yeah, I wish the camera would focus a bit better on Magic cards. The camera's just stunned by how beautiful the cards are.
That is good.
Camera focus, yeah, they're really good.
And then you get 1 foil showcase card of any rarity.
Yeah, I have got a foil Dreamtail Heron, which does not look like. Well, actually, it's a 3/4 for 4 and a blue, a flying, and it's got mutate for a blue and 3. And whenever it mutates, draw a card. It's probably not good enough, but you know you'd be happy with that unlimited, wouldn't you?
I'd take it in limited, definitely.
3/4 flyer with draw a card when you mutate it. Yeah, okay.
And then you get 1 Godzilla series monster card. Could be foil or non-foil.
This is pretty cool. This is King Caesar, Ancient Guardian. I've also never heard of him in the Godzilla universe, but he looks awesome. He's a Huntmaster Liga. He's a cat. He's a 3/4 cat, and when he mutates, he gets +X +X equal to the number of times he's mutated before. And they've also got
These packs are so hot.
They've
You've
got
got
a
so much
different-
everything.
different finish on these cards as well.
I think the collector boosters did in
No,
general, didn't they?
just this guy in particular. I think these Godzilla cards look like they've got like a slightly. There's no way you can see it on camera, like a slightly matte finish on them,
Oh, right.
which actually looks really nice. So it may just be the art because it's full art. But anyway, that booster was sick.
It's when you look at your booster, right? It's hard for me to hold this, and you fan it out, and it's like, look, everything is
All
pimp.
foil. It
All
just
it
looked all
is.
pimped.
It is.
Yeah, but mate, that extended art shark typhoon though.
Okay, well, I got a dinosaur beast token, some foils, forbidden friend, little things, Proceratops, nice. Well, I got a foil Jungo Hollow. That's just a common one. Not too exciting.
Can you beat my shark tornado? That's what
I'm having a look now.
people really want to know.
These are the cards you always definitely want to read right. So it's called a Mana Escape Refractor. You're like, what's this going to do? Is it something that makes me loads of mana or gives me things for free? I don't know. You know what I mean, though, lads, don't you? If anything's got the word Mox in or any of the things like that, you're like, right, this is the one. This is the one. What's it do?
We both
Is it busted?
So does this double our mana so we can play big creatures on turn 3?
Okay, so Mana Escape Refractor enters the battlefield tapped. Not a good start. It has all activated abilities of all lands on the battlefield, and you may spend mana as though it were a mana of any colour to pay the activation costs of its abilities. So that doesn't do anything I want it to do.
I'm sure we'll be talking about that in our Commander episode tomorrow, by the sounds of it, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it won't be Tron, though.
Got a Haunted Nightmare. That's quite cool.
Good art, yeah.
And then these are my, oh my god, look at that, Liga. Oh, Liga.
Oh, that's the card I've just
So
opened.
cool.
That's the card I've just opened in Godzilla form. That's it. It's a
What do you think Carol Baskin would think of this Liga?
I actually think the Ritchie's is. I like that art way more than actually.
I think they're both good.
I mean, they're both great, but like personal preference.
Got one of your herons as well. Okay, I've got Kogala the Titan Ape.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh, that's
he's
cool.
good,
In
right?
foil.
Oh, in foil full art monster. Is he seen any play in standard, Duffy?
I've seen him once in one deck. That was it. So I'm not even gonna go into it because, like, I don't think he's gonna see much play, but it's still cool.
He's just he's just big.
Cool.
He doesn't do enough, but he's big.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. So
King card, mate. There's just so much King card.
you just keep coming. It's a good set, isn't it? Like, it's got good theme. It's really interesting. It's got good art. You know, depending on what bit of Magic you're into or all of it. Good theme, powerful mechanics.
My favourite trailer.
Interesting deck building. Yeah, one of the best trailers. Good art stuff for people who are into that or people who want to use different arts in the decks. Yeah, it's really good. Really, I think another impressive set from them for me. Which obviously makes us happy because we're a shop. So, you know.
Like you said about the cycling as well, like cycling's always a mechanic. I personally would like it to see it most mechanics, to be honest, most of the time.
Yeah, all the time. Never a bad thing.
I mean, like there's now a standard cycling deck because, like, and it's really cheap as well, which is great for people who want to get into Magic. Because one of the things people always say about is, you know, sometimes it's pricey. This has no rares in it. It has one rare. Has one rare that you really would like to play, and that's Loras, the companion. Because all your guys are 2 mana or less.
But it's only a rare. Not even a minute.
That's one rare. The rest are commons and uncommons.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, I think they've done a really good job. Yeah, so for this Friday, the 15th, is pre-release weekend where everything's a bit messed up right now, which to the advantage of people who play Magic means you can get all of this now. Obviously, justplaygames.uk/Ikoria. We'd love you to order stuff from us. That would be great, quite frankly. So you can pre-order all this from us. As I said before, if you're in Liverpool, you can pick these up and we'll drop them off at your door on the day. If you're outside Liverpool, feel free to order them from us. We'll ship them out to you. That includes a box topper promo with every booster box, as well as a WPN exclusive buy a box promo as well. So two shiny Godzillas basically with every box that you get. We've also got Japanese booster boxes as well for the people who are into that, or if you want to try and collect those full 19 Godzillas, you can get them from there. And as we said before, if you want something smaller, or maybe you don't even play Magic, or you want to play with friends and family, the theme boosters and the bundles are really good as well.
Don't forget, guys, you can buy the boosters as well.
Yeah, of course.
No one likes buying boosters online, right? Minefield. But, you can buy it from us, particularly if you're local, us, you know what I mean? We're your friendly local game store. So we get boosters out. We do four of them for 15 quid as well, little offer on them. So, yeah.
Yeah, easy to pick up. That's another good thing as well, as well as theme boosters, being able to play Magic at home just by buying a few boosters is a real thing.
And you haven't got loads of people to play with, right? But I love Winston, the Winchester draft. There's a couple of different ways to do them. I might try and do a little video about how to do it, but search it. Great way to play Magic just with one other person. You just with however many packs, 3 packs, and you're off, and you can do a draft like that.
Really popular with pros. Some of those formats as well. They're not just formats that no one ever plays. They are actually really popular formats.
There's so many ways with Magic, and I think that's one of the things about Magic. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah,
quite literally, it really can. And the community, honestly, is always really supportive.
Yeah.
It really is.
You can get involved on Discord now, can't you? So with us, we've got our community still going on. We're playing every Friday still on Arena. So
yeah, we've got a Just Play Discord channel, which it's just kind of hard for us to drop. We drop a link in the YouTube comments if you want to jump in. Again, if you're local and you've not heard about this, you can jump in the Discord channel, just chat away about hobby stuff. Someone to talk to in the lockdown. But yeah, we play FNM on Arena every Friday as well. Some of our guys are running a Brawl League on Arena, which is also cool, which is going to be another format you can play with Ikoria at home or online. If you buy yourself a box, it's easy to make 2 Brawl decks as well. Just a bunch of stuff. I go through phases sometimes where I occasionally buy a box of Magic when a new set comes out. And my missus loves opening boosters that will. And sometimes we just open them and we play, a few games of Magic with random cards. I think I'm even more likely to do that this time around for something to do.
Yeah,
probably. Which is.
Well, you've got some now.
I've got some, yeah.
You can eat a yogurt flapjack as well.
I did notice when you dropped these off to me that there was some yogurt flapjacks in the box. Thought that was cool.
They're the ones I don't like.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But so anyway, that's been a brief run through of Ikoria, a little bit of an unboxing, showing off some of the cards. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed filming it. It's quite fun. That enjoyed having a chat through.
It's good because I missed that. Like I say, I don't play much at all. I'll try and jump on a draft whenever I get a chance, but always do get to talk about the new cards, what's coming out with the likes, Duffy in the shop, and I like the look of this. Is this good? And it's always to see if you evaluate a card well or not, isn't it? So
when you haven't played Magic properly for 10 years.
I just seeing how hyped people are about the set. Really going to miss not having pre-release in the store this time round. Celebrating in whatever way, decorating the store, seeing people come down dressed up, all the things we've done. It is a shame that it's not going to happen, but really tough times right now, and hopefully everyone enjoys doing their own thing at home.
We'll be keeping the spirit of pre-release alive. Anyway, that's another thing. If you want to pick up some pre-release kits, we've also still got pre-release kits as well. Again, being dropped off this weekend, you can grab them online too. So Tom, thanks very much for joining us for that chat.
Thank you for having me.
You started streaming on Twitch recently, right?
Yeah, only a couple of weeks ago, actually. So to find me, twitch.tv/SkaterDante. These two guys said as well, I'm also in the Discord chat, so please join it, come and say hi. Please follow me, see how bad I can actually play Magic as well.
Nice.
If I play limited as well, you'll definitely know how bad I play. But yeah, I'm mainly doing a bit of Arena and actually gonna try and stream a little bit of different games as well. So if you enjoy games in general, please come say hi.
Can we find you on Twitter as well, Duffy?
Yeah, as well, SkaterDante808. So that's where I'll be publishing anything, any news about myself and that. So yeah, please follow me on there as well.
There you go, follow Duffy. If you're into Twitter, you can find me and Ritchie on Twitter as well. I'm at justplay_Ian. Ritchie is at justplay_Ritchie with a T. You can grab us on there. If you've enjoyed this episode, we'd love to know, because although we do different types of content, not so much for Magic and not so much on YouTube generally, but we're doing this one. As we mentioned earlier, tomorrow we will be doing Commander edition of this show, when we'll be looking through all of these beautiful Commander decks that I've got behind me. This is excited about. Really struggled not to open these today while they've been sitting in my house.
Like
But
a child.
we'll have the guys from Affinity for Commander on as guests, talking about some fun Commander, some competitive Commander, maybe open a few more boosters and see if anything out of them is Commander relevant as well, which would be cool. So thanks very much for watching, everyone at home. Thanks for tuning in. JustPlayGames.uk/Ikoria if you want to pick any of this stuff up. We'll be delivering from Friday, straight to your house if you're in Liverpool, Chester, sort of surrounding areas, or via the post. So thank you very much. We'll see you back for our Commander video. Richie, I haven't actually said bye to you.
Bye.
I just missed you. I said
Don't
bye.
worry, it's okay.
Started talking about cards.
Doesn't even care about his own, friend or anything like that.
Yeah, whatever.
I've just had a text off my girlfriend saying she's stuck in the dark with the baby asleep on her, so there's no lights on in the room, so I need to go save her.
Yeah, the reality of broadcasting ad hoc in a lockdown. I'm gonna go away now, and given that I've opened 2 copies of Shark Tornado, figure out how much money I need to spend to build the Shark Tornado deck. Seems
nice.
Do you want me to send you a list?
Yeah, well, I'm sure I'll find one online.
There's a lot. It depends on what type you want.
It's amazing. Right. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks everyone at home. Thanks for doing the show. We'll be back tomorrow with some Commander. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.